Alright, so running in high fashion today. Got my fairy or cozy or koozie or whatever you want to call it. It's a little goofy looking, but sure keeps my flap warm. Anyway, so we're here today. We're going to kind of talk about the Certifier 10 or the C10 Hinds with quarter clips. So the Certifier, the Kahn Certifier line, that's a whole line of horseshoes. So you're going to have your basic shoe is your Certifier Kegger. All right, that's your compromise pattern shoe, my favorite stocking shoe, quite possibly the most versatile, modifiable horseshoe on the market. Now, maybe I'm a little bit biased, who knows. But, so for pre-shape guys, we've come out with pre-shapes. All right, it's the C10, the C9, and then there'll be a C7, right? So your C10 is 3/8 by 3/4, and your C8 is 5/16 by 3/4, and then your C7 will be 1/4 inch by 3/4. Now, these are going to come in progressive sizes, or progressive sections. So you're going to be able to get like a 3/8 by 7/8 that's going to range from an aught on down to, or on up to probably a size 2, and then you'll be able to get like a 3/8 by 1 section that's going to go all the way down to a size 1 and probably up to like a size 4 or 5. So you're going to have progressive sections all in overlaps within sizes. So when you order these shoes, you're going to order it, you're going to want a Certifier Kegger, a Certifier Front, or a Certifier Hinds, all right? And then you're going to order whatever section you want. All right, so this is the 3/8 by 3/4 or the 20 by 10. All right, so today we're going to kind of take a look at a horse. We're going to do a quick evaluation. This horse is new to me. I'm not really sure. I am kind of sure. I mean, the horse is pretty ordinary looking feet, nothing special. And for this kind of horse, I like a 3/8 by 3/4 shoe on the hind, and it's a good opportunity to showcase the new C10 Hinds in lefts and rights. Okay, so when I walk up and I look at Fluffy, all right, I'm going to take a look here and see, like when I look at the projection, yeah, I know he's a real helpful booger actually. There's not really a lot of quarter in the hairline for that lateral quarter, okay? And I look at that hairline and I see kind of a boxy shape hind, right? And so then I'm gonna hand this off to my trusty dusty cameraman, Mr. Clint. Okay, and before I trim, okay, I'm taking a look here. Clint's done a nice job prepping this foot for me. So I'm gonna come in here and take a look at my white line and see where my white line and my hairline might disagree. Okay, now kind of looks like my toe trails off to the lateral just a bit. That might be in the balance. Okay, nice beautiful healthy frog. Heels are pretty even. A little heavy. Wouldn't call that a jam, but pretty straight through that medial, you know, just kind of the way it sits right now. I got a nice long continuous arc there. And so probably what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to make some marks. I don't map every foot, obviously, because I don't have my marker with me. Now, oh, I forgot my mittens. Man, you gotta have a mittens when you're trimming with a marker. Oh well, no mittens. So here we go. So the midpoint of the foot where the bars terminate, and take a look out here. And I'm gonna, in my trim, try to accentuate that quarter just a little bit. Now it doesn't do any good to force it in there. And then I want to take a look here and be like, yeah, kind of a convention looking foot, quarter straight across from it, uncommitted toe. I'm pretty good with that. I'm not going to really try to accentuate that medial quarter any at all. I'm just going to put the mark there for fun. That mark, obviously, is not something I put on every foot, but when we're dressing this foot from the top, it kind of helps kind of helps or guys that are coming to shoe with me, you know, see where I'm headed with that. So I'm going to try to put a little more quarter in that lateral side. And what quarter we can't put in there, I'm going to fit it with a little more quarter and give it kind of a better look to my eye, and a little bit more lateral base for stability. So, all right, now I'm going to head for the top. All right, how's your bright lights there? Where is my Basoli shine? All right, anyway. All right, so I'm going to get rid of all the whoa ugly. Come back and get rid of that hook. Now when I come around the corner here, I'm going to leave that marker mark. I'm going to skip that quarter and work away from it. All right. So I'm going to skip that mark. See, and if there's a big flat spot right there, so it wants to be a little better than it is. Now I'm just kind of using a junk rasp, my top dressing rasp, just to get rid of all the built up gunk in the hoof dressing. Give that heel a nice flow. So give me a nice shape. Like I say, I'm going to work to and from that quarter. And if you feel the hairline, you can feel right above that there's a little more shape to it than is showing up from the bottom. Alright, so in shoe selection, I'm going to go with a C10 hind pattern. I'm going to measure the widest part of my foot plus 3/16 because I'm going to fit it a little full on the lateral side and try to give it a better shape. So I'm at 4 7/8 there, and then when I measure from my center line to origin of growth, I'm at 4 1/4. And so if I take those two numbers, the midpoint is about 5 1/8. It's not quite midpoint, but it's pretty close. So I'm gonna take a look and see that 5 1/8 is already marked on my shoes. Now, I do use an average on my hind feet because the shoes are longer than they are wide, and that 5 1/8 tells me how wide this pattern shoe is coming out of the box. Okay? Now, I'm probably going to end up having to shorten this a little bit, and so I've got a nice grind line right there, so if my burn mark disappears, I have a reference for what I'm looking for to grind to. But for right now, I wouldn't mind seeing this horse with a max of 3/8 of an inch overall length past the ground surface of the hoof back. And he kind of has a reputation of liking to be fit long. And since he's new to me, for the sake of getting along, I'm going to go with it. Now, we'll take and shape this up and see if we can't come up with a good fit. But again, I'm going to take a look here before I ever go to the anvil. And for those of us who are memory impaired like me, if I burn 3/16, there's my width measurement, and then the width of my heels right there at 2 1/2. All right, here we go. Alright, so we're going to put up a little forge noise. It'll be alright, we're used to it. So, I like to shape the medial part of my shoe first. Okay? So, I'm gonna face my clip to me and find the sweet spot on the horn where that is all shaped in. And I'm going to set the front half of my clip, then come in, set the back half of my clip and draw a section line all the way through that, and that gives me a little bit of arc in my clip. And so then I'm going to come in here and pop it back out a bit. My medial wall is a little upright, so I don't want that clip laid in too much. Again, work each side, leave the arc in my clip. Okay? Now I'm going to start just ahead with my medial toenail on a big arc. section in. So I'm going to bring that whole thing in, leave my toe a little blunt. Now, these shoes are fullered to a full 2/3 or just past 2/3 depth, and that's done to maximize your resets. You know, it doesn't do any good to have a 10 mil shoe if it's only fullered to a quarter of the depth. So as it wears out, you don't have any fullering left when it becomes a 7 mil shoe. So anyway, I got a little bit of heat left here. Okay, I'm going to come here and I'm just going to reach past that horizon, but not by a ton. Then, look to my quarter, skip that spot, and finish to my quarter. I'll bring that heel around until it fits in, until it goes in the box. Okay, which is right where I've got it. Okay. I'm going to shake that until this is one long arc, and this arc matches this arc, and it's a tip full. Because it's easier to close than it is to open this one for the final fitting. Now I'm going to work my lateral side. Alright, so I'm a little bit stupid. Started without my safety glasses. Get off there. Okay, like I said, I'm going to fit a little full. I wouldn't really call it any kind of a lateral extension. So I'm going to box it all the way up through my quarter. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to start at the end of my heel. The length and width, or length and not past the hoof, are the same. I'll bring that all the way up into the quarter. I'll fit it full all the way up there. Now, these are pre-gamed to minimize your flashing when you hammer boxing, because I'm a little bit on the lazy side. Okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to start at my quarter. No, not. Aha. Come here. I'm going to get my toe in a sweet spot. Careful to work on the foot surface of the section, because that's so I don't collapse that fullering. Okay, work out to that quarter. Take my step to the left. Put my quarter in, not too much, and then I'm going to work that flashing all the way down to the end of the heel. Clean my section up. Fits in the box. Fits in the box. What I did not do was set my clip. You really don't need much heat to do that. Again, I like to have my clip pointed at me, find a sweet spot, lateral clip is going to lay down more. My medial clip is going to be upright more. So I'm going to give myself a measure, right? My overall width. Okay, so I am still a 1/4 inch too wide. If I look at my shape, and I can see where it's at. That medial branch is kind of hanging donkeyed out there. If I put that up here on my anvil, look where the box is. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Something I've been trying to do more of lately is get that thing on the anvil, get my toenails to where I can see the edge of the anvil through both toenails, right? Now, this Certifier Series shoe, all the Hinds have a true offset in them. So you're an actual 1/8 inch wider and longer in that branch, so you don't have to rack your toenails in order to get a right good fit. And so when I get that thing laid on the anvil and I look at it, I can see that my lateral's hanging out there a little bit, and my checks aren't even, and they kind of should be by the time we end up getting fit. So the 1/4 inch that I need is actually in that lateral branch. I like my toes, so I'm going to find the sweet spot that preserves it, and then just kind of close it up a bit. I'm going to take the 1/4, close it up a bit. Take it back, look at my toenails along the back edge of my anvil. My checks are across from each other. My heels, center of stock to center of stock, match the mark I laid down on my ruler for the width of my heels. And then when I measure the overall width of the shoe, I'm still just a tick wide, but I think that's where I want to go. Give it a fit. Close it up just a hair. Don't mind my coal banger moves. Is what it is. The trouble with that is this shoe is pretty stiff in the toe, and so you don't want to close it much with them old coal banger moves because it's just going to kink at the dadgum fullery, because I kind of gave us what we wanted, and that's a bumped up toe for wear. Measurement. There we go. I got it. 4 7/8 dead to money. Heel fit. 2 1/2, 2 1/2 to where I want my heel to fit. So this shoe is ready to go to the foot. My form, my overall form, matches my foot with a little better 1/4 in it. Alright, so, you know, if I get everything shaped right, form and form kind of match, a little better lateral 1/4, all I'm going to look at is my heels. Everything's squared up. Mark my location for my 1/4 clips. Ooh, that's nice. That 1/4 clip fit turned out good. Hate to sound surprised, but you know, it's harder than it looks. something's not flat because I didn't immediately get a good burn right there. So I'm taking a quick look to see if it's going to come flat. Nope. It's your shoe. Look at my shoe. Oh, crap, there. It's my shoe. Alright, so I've got my toe fit and my clip fit where I wanted. I can feel the top of the clip. Alright, so got my clip fixed. Check the toe. Careful not to overburn. I'm getting to the bottom of what I left for myself to trim. So, one final go. Alright, so here's what I'm looking for. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles on top, bubbles on top, bubbles on top. Nice mark right around where I set up my line for my fit. My fit's right all through here. Bubbles all the way around my clip. Bubbles all the way around my clip. And if it fits, it nails. Every time. I'm a little full in that medial quarter, but I'm going to roll with it. Alright, so I'm going to, this shoe's ready to go, right? So if we look at it from the bottom here, by hammer boxing that, I gave myself a little extra width in the lateral branch. My medial branch is already safed off. And normally I like to hang black metal on feet, but just to kind of give this a look from the top, I'm going to go ahead and grind it up and give it some shiny spot to look at so you can see the features a little bit easier. Alright, so quick evaluation here at the end. So, pretty happy with my toe fit. A little bit of overburn right at the tip of my medial clip right there. But you can see the clip that is flush. It just a little forward burn there. But the clip, because those clips come from a Massillais, they're already in the section instead of hanging outside the section. So it's nice to get that nice consistent boxing line all the way through your clip and around the foot. Now I kind of lost. I would have liked to have had just a hair more flat steel, but I lost my flat steel when I ground that up to show off the boxing. So, and then if I look at my projection, I've got a little more quarter in that shoe than is in the foot, and then box it to fit. But that's pretty representative of my everyday work. I'm not too disappointed in that. A couple things I need to work on, and clip fit being one of them, and leaving myself some room to dress up my boxing would be another. So, but overall, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, Clint, drop that foot. And then again, so the C10 comes out of the box with an offset in it, so your toenails can look like they're in a proper spot. Pretty equal distance from the central sulcus to my heel on both sides. They come out of the box pre-safed. I just safed that medial heel up, for those of you horse owners that don't know, that is to take the sharp edge off the inside of that foot so that if he does tread on himself getting tired, he hits with the outside of the shoe before he hits with the inside. And then there's so much mass in the toe in these guys, it's unreal, a bumped up toe. And so I just grinder my safing in, and as you know, safing comes from the front of the section, and rolling comes from the bottom. And yeah, I like that. My line's a little crooked. I think my hoof mapping protocol is not quite up to barefooter standard, so I will definitely work on that. I think that happened because I didn't have my milk crate and my mittens, so I really didn't get a good perspective on it. All right, here we go again. Thank you, Fluffy. Bye-bye. Oh, you're bored with the process. Is it that bad? Oh, some people's horses.